Yo, let's get real. Chinese food ain't just about greasy takeout boxes and MSG-laden noodles. Forget your fortune cookies and chop suey, we're diving deep into the belly of the beast. The insane, the bizarre, and the downright delicious world of Chinese street food. From the bustling night markets of Beijing to the sizzling street corners of Chengdu, China's street food scene is a wild ride you won't soon forget. So buckle up, folks. This ain't your grandma's Chinese food. This is the real deal, straight from the streets. Imagine this. The air thick with the scent of sizzling spices, the rhythmic clang of cleavers on chopping boards, and a chorus of hawkers calling out their specialties. We're talking about dishes with names you can't pronounce, ingredients you've never seen, and flavors that'll make your head spin. Think fiery chilies, pungent fermented tofu, and skewers of mystery meat that'll have you wondering, should I eat that? Spoiler alert, yes, you should. It's about haggling with street vendors, watching them work their magic with woks and flames, and sharing a laugh over a plate of something strange and wonderful. Get ready to be amazed, amused, and maybe even a little grossed out, because that's all part of the fun. First stop, Beijing, the heart of the Middle Kingdom. Now forget your fancy Peking duck for a minute. We're going street level where the real action is. And trust me, nothing says good morning in Beijing like a John Bing. Imagine this, a thin, crispy crepe, cooked to perfection on a sizzling griddle, slathered with savory sauces and egg, crunchy wonton crackers, fresh cilantro, and maybe even a sausage or two. Then, they fold it up like a delicious, savory burrito. One bite, and you'll be hooked. Okay, before you freak out, hear me out. Donkey meat is a thing in Beijing, and their donkey burgers are legendary. Think of it as a leaner, slightly sweeter version of beef. Picture this, slow-braised donkey meat, shredded to perfection and tucked inside a fluffy, steamed bun. They top it off with pickled vegetables for a tangy kick and a drizzle of chili oil for good measure. Is it weird? Maybe a little. Is it delicious? Hell yeah. When in Beijing, do as the Beijingers do. Grab a donkey burger and savor the unique flavors of this ancient city. Beijing's street food scene is just the tip of the iceberg. Beyond the Great Wall of China lies a whole universe of culinary adventures, each region boasting its own unique specialties and bizarre delicacies. From the fiery hot pots of Chengdu to the delicate dim sum of Guangzhou, get ready to embark on a journey that'll tantalize your taste buds and challenge your perceptions of what food can be. We're about to dive headfirst into the wild, wonderful, and sometimes downright weird world of Chinese street food. All right, folks, hold on to your hats because we're headed south to Chengdu, the land of Sichuan peppercorns and face-numbing spice. This ain't your average Chinese takeout, people. First up, let's talk about rabbit heads. In Chengdu, they don't let anything go to waste. We're talking about seasoned, roasted heads, served up on a stick. The meat is surprisingly tender, and the spices are off the charts. You gnaw on the cheeks, suck out the brains, yeah, I said brains, and it's a flavor explosion in your mouth. It's all part of the adventure, my friends. Now for something a little less adventurous. Chengdu is also famous for its sweetwater noodles, but don't let the name fool you. These ain't your grandma's dessert noodles. Imagine this, thick, chewy noodles, drenched in a sauce that's both sweet and spicy, with a hint of sourness to keep things interesting. They add in chili oil, sesame paste, garlic, soy sauce, and a whole bunch of other goodies that'll make your taste buds do the tango. The best part is, they're cheap as hell. So if you're feeling brave after those rabbit heads, give the sweetwater noodles a try. But Chengdu's street food scene is more than just rabbit heads and noodles. It's a symphony of flavors, aromas, and sounds that'll assault your senses in the best way possible. Imagine walking down a narrow alleyway, the air thick with the scent of chili peppers, garlic, and Sichuan peppercorns. You'll find everything from skewers of grilled meat and vegetables to steaming bowls of spicy tofu and noodles. And don't even get me started on the hot pot. It's a bubbling cauldron of spicy broth where you cook your own meat, seafood, and vegetables to your liking. Sichuan food is not for the faint of heart, but if you can handle the heat, You're in for a culinary experience that'll blow your mind. All right, folks, pack your appetite and brush up on your ancient history because we're heading to Xi'an, the starting point of the Silk Road and a city where the food is as epic as its past. Forget your terracotta warriors for a minute. We're on a quest for culinary treasures. Xi'an is Noodle Nirvana, a place where hand-pulled dough is an art form, and the flavors are as rich and complex as the city's history. Get ready for steaming bowls of hand-ripped noodles, bathed in savory sauces and topped with everything from spicy lamb to tangy pickled vegetables. This ain't your average noodle soup, people. So loosen your belts, grab your chopsticks, or forks, I don't judge, and prepare to be amazed by the noodle mastery of Xi'an. First up on our Xi'an noodle adventure, we've got biang noodles. These ain't your delicate angel hair pasta, folks. We're talking about thick, chewy belts of dough that are as wide as your hand. They start with a giant lump of dough, which they then stretch, slam, and fold with the force of 1,000 suns until it transforms into these magnificent, wide noodles. The noodles are then cooked to perfection and served up in a variety of ways. My personal favorite is the classic version with a spicy, savory sauce, tender chunks of lamb or beef, and a generous sprinkle of fresh herbs. One bite and you'll understand why biang noodles are a Xi'an institution. All right, folks, after all those noodles, you're probably craving something a little more handheld. Well, look no further than the rujiamo, Xi'an's answer to the burger. Imagine this: slow-braised pork belly, chopped and seasoned to perfection, then stuffed inside a warm, flaky flatbread. They call this flatbread mo, and it's like a cross between a pita and a biscuit, soft, chewy, and perfect for soaking up all those delicious juices. They usually add some pickled vegetables for a tangy kick and maybe a drizzle of chili oil for good measure. The result is a symphony of flavors and textures that'll have you saying, "Move over, Big Mac, there's a new burger in town." Rujiamo is the kind of street food that's both satisfying and comforting, perfect for a quick lunch or a late-night snack. So do yourself a favor and grab a rujiamo or 3 when you're in Xi'an. Hold on to your chopsticks, folks, because we're heading south again. This time to Guangzhou, the land of dim sum and Cantonese cuisine. Guangzhou is a city that lives and breathes food. The streets are a sensory overload, with vendors hawking everything from steaming bowls of noodles to skewers of grilled meat. But the real star of the show is dim sum, a culinary tradition that's as much about socializing as it is about eating. Imagine this. You walk into a bustling tea house, the air thick with the aroma of steamed dumplings and fragrant tea. It's a feast for the senses, and an experience that's not to be missed. Dim sum, which literally translates to touch the heart, is all about small plates of Cantonese delicacies, meant to be shared and savored. There are steamed dumplings filled with everything from juicy pork and shrimp to delicate vegetables and mushrooms. There are savory buns filled with barbecue pork, sweet custard buns with molten centers, and delicate rice noodle rolls filled with everything from beef and shrimp to crispy fried dough. And then there are the classics: har gow, steamed shrimp dumplings, siu mai, pork and shrimp dumplings, and char siu bao, barbecue pork buns. Dim sum is not just a meal, it's an experience. It's a celebration of Cantonese culture and a culinary adventure that will stay with you long after the last dumpling is gone. Now let's talk about chung fun, those silky, delicate rice noodle rolls that are a staple of any dim sum feast. They're made with a thin batter of rice flour and water, steamed into delicate sheets, and then rolled up with a variety of fillings. The most common fillings are beef, shrimp, or crispy fried dough, but you can find chung fun with everything from vegetables and mushrooms to sweet bean paste. The rolls are then drizzled with a savory soy sauce and sometimes sprinkled with sesame seeds or scallions. The beauty of chung fun lies in its simplicity. They're the perfect breakfast, lunch, or snack, and a true taste of Cantonese street food culture. But Guangzhou's culinary scene extends far beyond the dim sum restaurants. The city is a melting pot of flavors, with influences from all over China and beyond. Head to the street markets, where vendors hawk everything from stinky tofu and grilled skewers to fresh seafood and exotic fruits. Get lost in the maze of alleyways where you'll stumble upon hidden gems serving up local specialties. Guangzhou is a city that rewards the adventurous eater. All right, thrill seekers and foodies, buckle up because we're leaving the bright lights of China's megacities and venturing off the beaten path where the food gets even more adventurous. Forget your Michelin stars and fancy restaurants. We're talking about street-side stalls, family-run joints, and hidden gems where the recipes have been passed down for generations. This is where you'll find the real heart and soul of Chinese cuisine, where culinary traditions run deep, and the line between delicious and daring gets delightfully blurry. We're talking about dishes that will make you squirm, giggle, and maybe even question your sanity. So, open your mind, loosen your belt, and get ready for a wild ride through the weird and wonderful world of China's lesser-known street food. First up on our culinary adventure, let's talk about something that might make your skin crawl: fried scorpions. Yep, you heard me right. Those little critters are a popular street snack in certain parts of China. These aren't your giant venomous scorpions from your nightmares. We're talking about small, relatively harmless scorpions bred for consumption. They're deep-fried until crispy and crunchy, like a cross between a shrimp chip and a potato chip. The initial squeamishness is worth it. The scorpions have a slightly nutty, earthy flavor. Plus, there's something undeniably badass about chomping down on a scorpion. All right, folks, if fried scorpions didn't scare you off, then get ready for the ultimate olfactory challenge: stinky tofu. This infamous street food is not for the faint of heart or nose. It's pungent, it's powerful, and it's guaranteed to clear your sinuses. Imagine this. You're walking down a crowded street and suddenly, a wave of stench hits you like a ton of bricks. It's a mix of rotten eggs, garbage, and maybe even a hint of blue cheese gone wrong. That, my friends, is the unmistakable aroma of stinky tofu. But don't let the smell deter you. This fermented tofu dish is a beloved street food staple for a reason. The tofu is usually deep-fried until crispy on the outside and soft and custardy on the inside. It's then served up with a variety of sauces ranging from spicy chili oil to tangy pickled vegetables. The key to enjoying stinky tofu is to embrace the funk. Don't fight it, just let it wash over you. Once you get past the initial shock of the smell, you'll discover a complex and surprisingly addictive flavor. The tofu itself is actually quite mild, but the fermentation process gives it a unique depth and umami flavor that's hard to resist. Stinky tofu is one of those foods that you either love or hate. There's no in-between, but if you're feeling adventurous and you're not afraid of a little or a lot of stink, then I urge you to give it a try. It's a culinary experience that will stay with you long after the smell has faded. So there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of China's insane street food scene, from the familiar to the utterly bizarre. We've braved scorpion skewers, conquered stinky tofu, and slurped down noodles wider than our faces. We've laughed, we've cringed, and maybe even shed a tear or two from the chili peppers, of course. But more than just a culinary adventure, this journey has been a glimpse into the heart and soul of China. It's about understanding a culture that embraces bold flavors, resourceful cooking, and a deep-rooted sense of community. It's about connecting with people from all walks of life over a shared love of good food, regardless of how strange or intimidating it might seem. Because let's be real, street food isn't just about filling your belly. It's about nourishing your soul. It's about stepping outside your comfort zone, challenging your preconceived notions, and embracing the unknown. It's about discovering that sometimes the most unexpected flavors can be the most rewarding. In a world that often feels increasingly divided, there's something inherently unifying about the act of sharing a meal. And what better way to bridge cultural divides than through the universal language of food? Street food, in all its messy, chaotic glory, has a way of breaking down barriers and bringing people together. It's a common ground where differences melt away, and conversations flow as easily as the chili oil. So, the next time you encounter a dish that seems strange or unfamiliar, I encourage you to approach it with an open mind and an adventurous spirit. Ask questions, engage with the vendors, and take a leap of faith. You might just discover your new favorite food, and you'll definitely gain a deeper appreciation for the rich tapestry of cultures that make up our world. As our culinary journey through China comes to an end, I hope I've inspired you to embark on your own street food adventures, whether it's in the bustling streets of Beijing or in your own backyard. Remember, the world is your oyster, or should I say your John Bing, your donkey burger, your stinky tofu. Embrace the unknown, savor the flavors, and never be afraid to try something new. Because the most unforgettable culinary experiences are often the ones that take you by surprise. So go forth, my friends, and let your taste buds be your guide. The world of street food awaits, full of delicious discoveries and unforgettable adventures. And hey, if you stumble upon any particularly insane dishes along the way, be sure to drop me a line. I'm always down for a culinary challenge. For more amazing food and drinks tips and recipes, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update from us. Tell us about your thoughts in the comment section. Check out our other videos for more culinary inspiration. We love you. Until next time, keep cooking, stay adventurous.